Welcome to a distance learning lesson about books, how to make a book. Today, we are going to use some really simple and basic supplies, something that you have at school, something you can probably find at home. And with those simple supplies, you're going to learn how to make an 8-page book, which you can then decorate, write in, create your own stories, do a lot of different things with. When we're done with the lesson, I'll show you some examples of some more finished and produced books that are made the same way. It'll give you an idea of how you can use this template and this format to do a lot of different things. So the first thing you need is a blank piece of paper. Just an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper will work great. You need some pencils or pens or markers, something to draw and write with, and you need a pair of scissors. Let me share the camera and we will get started, and I will show you how to fold your book. Okay. So what you should be seeing now is the blank piece of paper. We are going to go ahead and fold it the first way, which is a hot dog bun fold. We're going to fold it the long, skinny way. You want to make sure that your edges are lined up really pretty well as you can make it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing ever has to be perfect, but it does help if your edges are lined up pretty closely. You also want to really squish down those edges. So for the next step, you want to open up your paper, rotate your paper the short way, and you're going to fold it again. You want to make your fold up to the top. Again, line up your edges as closely as you can, and then really squish them down so that you have a nice, sharp fold. This is going to help you later when you go and fold your book into an actual book. The sharper these creases can be, the easier it's going to be for you to make those other folds. Now we're going to go ahead, open the paper completely. You see you've got your center fold right there down the middle. You're going to take one side and fold it up right to where that center fold is. So your edge is going to come right up in a line on that center fold. Again, you want it to be straight so you can see this crease is lining up with this crease, and these are lining right up on the fold, and your edges are straight here and here. And then really crease it down hard. So there's one. And you want to turn your paper around, and you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Bring this up, line it up here so that your creases are all lined up here, and so that this edge is on the center fold, and your edges here all line up. And once you get that lined up, crease it down. Push it really hard. Okay. So now you should have a paper with 8 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Your book is going to have 8 pages. Now, this part is a little bit tricky. It's the second trickiest part of this lesson. I'm going to draw to show you where we're going to cut. You don't need to draw yourself. If it helps you to figure out where to cut, that's fine. This is mostly just to show you the part that's being cut. Got your paper. It's folded in half like this. So the short way, the fold is on the bottom. Your open ends are at the top. You can see this is your center line here, and these are those creases that you made there. This is where you take your scissors, and you're just going to cut along that crease. and you're going to stop here at this fold. So where this fold is, that's where you stop cutting. So you see like that. You don't want to go too far past that. If you go a little past, it's okay. It won't fall apart or anything, but you want to cut as close to it. You want to make sure you do cut all the way to the crease. Otherwise, you're going to have a hard time folding your book. Now, the other thing is you want to make sure that you cut with the fold on the bottom, because if you cut this way, it won't fold, it'll just fall apart. You'll have a big floppy mess. Okay, so you can see here, we cut in the middle, but we still have these ones attached. Next is the most complicated part. It's a little tricky. You want to go back to your hot dog fold like this. You're going to pull up like this. So you're squishing down these edges this way, and then you want to push. It's actually easier if we do it this way. You want to push this way, right? So watch, squish, squish this way, and you see it starts to open here. You're going to squish like that, push it together, and then you're going to flip it like this, so you have a star. It's a little tricky. It takes a little bit of practice. You saw it took a little bit of practice for me even. Just take your time, and if you don't do it right the first time, unfold it. And the nice thing is, it's a piece of paper, so you can get another piece of paper and start over if you need to. So you're going to push like this, and then you're going to bring it down so that you get a star. And now you have 4 pages like this. And then once you get that far, you're really set. So you just want to crease your pages like that. And now you have a booklet. So now you have a book with 8 pages. Once you get this far, you're ready to put the inside of your book in. This is where you can do a lot of different things. For this lesson, I decided I wanted to make a book about myself. So first thing I'm going to do, it's the thing about me that I want to tell everybody, is my name. So on the front, I literally just put my name is Kristine. Simple, but it tells you what this book is about. It's about me. My name is Kristine. I'm going to put some other things in here about myself. We're going to go through this part really fast, but you can decorate this as fancy or as simple as you want to. You can make fancy letters. You could add a flower or something, anything you want. So the first page is, what is your name? My name is Kristine. Now we're going to get to my second page. This one is about favorite food. What's my favorite food? So I'm going to draw a picture because I wanted to have illustrations, drawings in my book. See if you can figure out what my favorite food is. Most people can figure out by this point. My favorite food is ice cream. So I'm drawing an ice cream cone. And then because I want to tell people what my favorite food is, more about it, I say coffee ice cream is my favorite. Is my favorite. Now I have an image and text. I've got illustration and text for my book. So the next page, we're going to put some more information about me. something that you could put about yourself. This one, do you have any brothers and sisters? I have one sister. So I'm going to say I have one sister. Here's a picture of her. It's a pretty simple picture, nothing too fancy. There's a picture of my sister. But there's one thing about my sister that people always notice. So I'm going to draw the thing that everybody notices about my sister. You can probably guess what it is. My sister has a lot of very curly hair. It's kind of crazy and really curly. This is my sister. So that is another thing. You could put words. You could put her name is Sarah. You could write something about your sister or brother. If you don't have sisters and brothers, you could write about your best friend. There's a lot of things you could do. For page 4, we're already halfway through a book. Page 4, question is, do you have any pets? I want to tell people about myself. Important thing is my pet. So you can see, if you can guess, what my pet is. In one of the classes, someone said, it's a raccoon. It's not a raccoon. It is a cat. I have a pet cat. So you can draw a picture of all the pets you have. One person told me they had like 7 pets. They had 4 dogs and 2 cats and, I don't know, a rabbit or something. If you have one pet, you can draw a picture of your one pet. If you don't have any pets, you could draw a picture of a pet you would like to have. One person in one of the classes said that they wanted a pet snake, but their mom wouldn't let them have one. I kind of agree with that. You can do whatever you want to do to have a picture and some words. My pet is a cat. The next page, we're on page 5. This one's really easy. What's your favorite color? I like colors. I think colors are important. I think that they make our world interesting. I'd like people to see what my favorite color is. My favorite color is blue. So I literally just drew a square and colored it in with my favorite color. So I'm going to put my favorite color is blue. I don't even have to write the word because the picture of the color is right there. If you didn't have any colors, if you were just using pencils or a pen, you could just write out the word. My favorite color is blue. Next, page 6. This one's really tricky. If you could have any superpower, what would your superpower be? So I put this. It's kind of hard. If I could have a superpower, this is what my superpower would be. This is my hair. Because if this was my superpower, my hair would look crazy. My favorite thing to do, or my favorite superpower, if I had one, would be to fly. So I drew a picture. Here's the ground with some cities, some buildings. Here's some trees. If I could have any superpower, my superpower would be flying. You can answer the question. What would your favorite superpower be? If you don't have a favorite superpower, you don't know what your favorite superpower would be, you could also put what's your favorite superhero. My favorite superhero happens to be Thor, who can fly with a hammer. So now I've put my favorite superhero. My favorite superhero is Thor. So we're almost all the way through this book. We only have 2 pages left. Page 7. This is showing something you can do. Can you draw something from nature? That's the question. I think everybody can draw something from nature. It could be anything. It could be an animal. It could be a plant. It could be a landscape, what the ground looks like, what the land looks like I just drew right here. You could draw something from nature. What would you like to draw? So I drew this. Let's see if you can figure out what it is. By this point, most people can figure out what the thing I'm drawing. It's a bee. Like a happy bee. Kind of flies around. He says buzz, because that's what bees say, right? So I can draw something from nature. You can draw something from nature too. You could draw an animal like a cat. You could draw an animal like an elephant. You could draw a horse. Lots of different things. One class, someone drew a leaf, and someone else drew a caterpillar, and another person drew a sunflower. Lots and lots of things. Everybody can draw something from nature. And now we're on our very, very last page. This book is all about you, right? What you like, what you can do. So on the very last page, I decided we'll draw a self-portrait. If you know what a self-portrait is, a portrait of yourself. It's a picture of you. I'm going to draw a picture of me. It's not going to be a very good picture of me, but it's going to be a picture of me. Here we go. There's me. This is the shirt I'm wearing today. Here's my glasses. And my ears, my nose, my mouth, my eyebrows. Today I've got my hair up in a bun. So, drawing a picture of myself. It's a self-portrait. This is me. So, with a simple piece of paper, you're able to cut it, fold it, make it into an 8-page book. This one, you can see, already has a lot of information. It tells a lot about yourself. You can make this as simple or fancy as you would like to. So this was really pretty simple, and we did it really fast. Not too complicated of information. Some pretty basic drawings that I did here, nothing too fancy. I'm going to show you a few other things that I've done that are a lot more complicated, or a little bit more complicated anyway. So this is a book that I made. It's exactly the same format. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 panels, just like the book we just made. But you can see that I made it a much more complicated story, a much more finished story. So I've got some illustrations that I created, title page, the cover page, just like ours said, my name is. We have the cover page here, just like we had the cover page here. My name is Kristine. I drew the images to go with this story. This is a Christmas story, so I drew this so that when I printed it and cut and folded it, I could have a Christmas card. So you can see this is the whole page, and this is the finished product. Let's see here. There's my cover page, the cover page. And you just continue on and open it up, and it's turned into a complete little book. See if I open it up. It's cut and folded just like the one we just did. So that is our lesson on how to make a book out of a sheet of paper and some basic supplies. And I hope you enjoyed it.